I went back to the doctor to get another shrink. I sit and tell him about my weekend, but he never betrays what he thinks. Can you see the real me? The Who. Good song. This one's trippy, okay? This is head trippy, okay? This is trippy. So I need you to hold on. I need you to pay attention. It's going to get kind of deep. But that's the way I roll. So, there I was at the Wawa. Love me some Wawa. You know, I made the mistake of reconciling my credit card statements just once. What is that, Johnny Dangerously? My mother did that once, just once. I haven't accounted. You know, I haven't itemized that out of my sense now. It's a large number. It usually is. I live in the Wawa, okay? Well, that day I'm getting gas, so I come out to my escape. And, you know, prepay. Come out to my escape and get ready to pump. And it hit my fob and the door doesn't lock. Because I want to throw the back door open and put my, sundries. You like that? Sundries. In the back. Well, the vehicle doesn't respond. And I'm sitting there. Did my battery go bad? I put the key in the lock. Now, I can see the touchpad, but, and I know the combination. I put the key in the lock, and it won't. About this time, a young man comes running out of the Wawa. And he's like, hey, it's my truck. Yep. One island over, an exact copy of my vehicle pulled in. Now, I need you to pay attention, please. Because this is really heady. It's trippy and it's deep. It's Schizo 101, okay? This is a young man of, 17, 19. Nice young man. He comes, almost running out of the wall. I was like, hey, what are you doing, my man? And I was like, and I did a complete 360 at that point. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And of course, I looked behind me and I was like, oh. And I began to be instantly amused with the whole scenario. I was like, what are the odds? Pretty good, I'd say. I'm standing here. That was for you, Stanley, my dear brother. What are the odds? Pretty good, I'd say. And I'm starting, my spirits are elevating. I'm thinking, this is funny. I wish somebody was recording this. Yeah, ready to get a little kickback. America's most funniest videos. I don't know. The young man comes up, and his demeanor is one of. Now, he has seen the whole thing from the register through the glass. He can see both vehicles. All right. Hold on. He says to me, well, yeah, the people inside and we were wondering, it's like, what are you doing? The people and I inside were wondering, what are you doing? Not, I was wondering what you were doing. The people inside and I were wondering what you were doing. Strike one. There, the young man has attempted to align himself with a force, a unit, a mob, a group of people, a collection, a battery. Okay? Quick aside, that's an energy cell in your quartz watch. It's not a battery. A battery is more than one thing working in concert. I'm a chess player. I'll teach you about that. You stack your rooks. You double up on a piece. You create a military term. You create a battery. How'd I get off on that tear? So he comes out. The people inside and I were wondering, what are you doing? He wants to create a buffer zone around him, an insulation of other people that are siding with him against me, to raise his stature in front of this older man. Out of fear. Fear. I talk about positive feelings that make you feel positive about yourself. And I talk about negative feelings somehow in your life that make you feel negative about something or a situation or whatever. That always boils down to fear. It's simple. Pride and fear. We should write a book about that. Maybe make a devil's flashcard game to that effect. You know, all the things that represent pride, all the things that represent fear. Okay, try to stay with me. So, strike one. Now, I'm able to assimilate it almost instantly with my skill sets, primarily old age. And he begins to gaslight. He begins to cast aspersions, throw blame. He began to attempt to whittle me down to make himself feel better for having me make him feel uncomfortable in the first place. I'll wait. That is being a reactionary creature. As I see his ploys, as he's assembling his ploys, his arrows, sharpening his arrows, and beginning to launch them at me, I was like, teachable moment. That's me. The teacher is in. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Chinese proverb. And I began to make light in a good-natured way. But I began to make light of the entire situation. And I brought him back to reality by saying, how hilarious. Don't you wish somebody was recording? And I left him in neutral. Just idling in neutral. Now here comes the punchline. Because I've just given you really in-depth insight into the human being and their mind. And the only reason I know this is because I'm a fucking head job. And I've sat in some shrink chairs. And there might be a couple of other reasons I have insight such as this. That's another story in it. That's golden suture. So, yeah, it went off on me again. Me. Oh, me and my ego taking the high road. Harry Nilsson, where are you now? That was a talented musician. Me and my ego taking the high road. Yeah, I like that. It's catchy. And I was able to bring the young man into a state of, I don't know what to do next. Here I am following basic procedures to retaliate for this older man making me feel badly, upset me in some way. In some way. You see, the problem is he's young and he's like post-millennial or whatever I'm trying to say. He's after them. It's really bad out there, gang. It's really bad with these 25-year-olds and 30 and 35. It's really bad. You confront them on any of their beliefs and they fold like wet circus tents. One of my sayings gets back to this. Wake up and smell the road. Smell the canvas after the hurricanes come through and leveled all the circus tents. Smell them. You can smell the canvas. And they just fold like wet circus tents. And so I just left the young man in neutral. I used verbal judo and de-escalated it, and was in no way willing to take on any of his cast aspersions. I seek to rule no soul save my own. And I need a lot of help to do that. I'm not in the pilot seat anymore, and I haven't been in a long time. Thank you, Heavenly Father. And look how I prospered. Look at my serenity right now. Listen to it. You can hear the peace, can't you? Post-pandemic, Ukraine, nothing works right. Everybody walks around, everybody's got a fuse burning. Uncertainty, worry, what's going to happen next? And I sit here calmly, quietly, and lovingly tell you about my life and my relationship with God. And hopefully, somewhere in some of these stories, I'll tell you something about yourself that will help you. I love you all, no matter what.